What's up, everyone? Welcome back, and thank you for stopping in. Tonight, I have an exciting overview to do for you guys concerning the Kubey Momentum and Manganas steel design. Before we hop into the overview, if you would, hit that thumbs up button, especially if you love knife content, EDC content, gear reviews. I do a little bit of everything here. Tons of content already up on the channel. And before you head out, give the video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. It does nothing but help the video and channel out. Helps the video get out there, helps the channel grow. I really appreciate it when you guys hit that thumbs up button and leave a comment. It means a ton to me. We'll hop right into this guy. This is the Kubey Momentum, a Manganas steel design. Absolutely love his design flow. I have a couple of his knives, and they are all outstanding. This one and the Ruckus are both just phenomenal knives. I love thumb studs, and then incorporating a front flipper in there. Just a great combo, if you ask me, in my opinion. We will go ahead and start off with the blade and work our way back. This one in particular is a D2 steel drop point blade. It has a bead blast on it, which I'm not the biggest fan of. You guys know that. But at this price point, it kind of is not the biggest deal. I would prefer them to just stonewash it and be done with it, or just do a satin. But the bead blast I could really do without. The drop point blade is so useful in a work or EDC environment. If you saw the blade battle of this versus the Ruckus, this is definitely a better work knife and EDC knife than the Ruckus, in my opinion. This one edged out the Ruckus by just the smallest margin. Came back from a huge deficit. You'll have to go watch it. I'll link it up in the top if you didn't see it. Dual thumb studs and the front flipper tab for the deployment method all work very well. Easily gotten to on the thumb studs. They are placed perfectly. The thumb flick is great. The reverse flick is great. The front flipper is designed very well. It kind of reminds me of like the Sakoki. It kind of reminds me of the Sharp by Design. It's very similar. And one thing that all three of these knives have in common is the front flipper works very well. So, you know, that is something to take note of. You can do any one of the front flipper deployments. You know, if you want to do the old reach around, the rollover, the standard front flip, no matter what you want to do, you can do it with this very easily. And those other two knives I showed are the exact same way. Very easy to manipulate. I love being able to just easily come over the top and just pull it right over. Because some front flippers, you can't do that. Or it really hurts your finger when you do. This one is comfortable. You naturally want to just be right there, and boom, it'll pop right out. You do have a liner lock here. You have this chamfered out. The liner is kind of proud there, or the lock is kind of proud. So it makes a good combo. They could have recessed the lock a little bit and just chamfered this out a little more. But as it sits, it's perfect. You can come in from the side. There is jimping there on the lock, so it just makes it that much easier to get to and move over. Everything is finished very well, rounded very well. You have the black G10 here. They have a bunch of different flavors as far as what colors and whatnot. And I believe they do at least 1 or 2 different steels for this one. I could have swore I saw an AUS 10A version of this as well. You have a deep carry steel pocket clip. This is a little wider of a profile, a little wider tongue, a little longer. Kubey has a couple varieties of different deep carry steel pocket clips, and they all seem to work very well. You know, for the money, very hard to beat. It works very well. The retention is good. In and out of the pocket is good. We'll go ahead and throw this up against a couple of knives here. We'll get the Sakoki back out, and that is definitely a good comparison there. We'll go ahead and throw the Paramilitary 2 out there. That is also pretty close there. How about the NASCO Lander? You can see there the momentum is quite a bit bigger. How about up against the Black Mirror from Max Ace? You can see the momentum is a little bit bigger than that guy. We'll do one more for fun. This is the Hogue Deca in MagnaCut clip point version. The momentum is a little bit bigger than that guy as well. The momentum is a pretty good sized knife. We'll go ahead and give it a measure. So, cutting edge, you're at about 3 3/16. To that scale, you are like 3 3/8 to that very edge there. And then you are at 7 7/8 for total. So it is definitely in a lot of people's wheelhouses. That is, you know, right around that 7.5 to 8 is a lot of people's wheelhouses there. This is coming in at 4.5. So not very heavy at all. Not light, but not heavy either. It is it's aesthetically pleasing. It's ergonomically amazing. It's very well done from Manganas. It's comfortable. Very user friendly. The deployment methods work very well. Getting to the liner is great. Using this as an EDC knife, a work knife, is great, especially for like $40, guys. That's freaking insane. Highly recommendable. And if you want a budget knife to beat on, and you want to be able to fidget with it or mess with it, this is definitely one to go with, or at least take a look at. And if fidget's not your thing, you can still appreciate the awesome action. Very well done. It flies out, drops shut with no, if you can get your thumb out of the way, it'll just close. So that's very good. There's no blade play left or right. It is centered, and I've been using this, fidgeting with it for the last couple of weeks, and when I first got it, which was quite a while ago, and it hasn't moved. It's awesome. So if I crank on it, nope, I can't even. I thought I did, but nope. As far as cutting, guys, it cuts very, very well. We'll go ahead and cut a couple of things here. This thing is like a laser beam. Kubey typically does very well with their edges. Nothing that I've ever really had to complain about that I know of or that I can remember. They typically do a wonderful job all the way around. This is definitely a highly recommendable budget-ended EDC or work knife without question for 40 bucks. And then they have a bunch of different colors, and you can get it coated if you're worried about corrosion or whatever. I hopped on this as soon as they came out, and there was only like 1 or 2 versions at that time, and I think the other one you couldn't get. So I ended up going with this one because it was the quickest one. But I haven't had any issues with corrosion or anything like that, at least not yet. And I've had this for several months. So there will be a short-term review of this guy coming up here in the near future. This is one of the knives that I am testing on and off for that review. I've hand selected a few knives to do that with, and then when they're done, a new batch will go up for review. So I hope to keep that cycle going. Otherwise, guys, that will do it for the overview of the Kubey Momentum. Trying to keep some videos shorter than others, and I would say I freaking killed it on this one. Under 12 minutes, guys. Give me a little pat on the back, would you? And hit that thumbs up button, baby. Leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you are here and you're not subscribed. Otherwise, guys, I love you all. I will catch you on the next one.